Welcome back to my channel. It's March and I can't wait to spring into a new season. See what I did there? Happy Friday, Sensing Squad. Welcome back to a new video. Hope you're all well. We've entered into the month of March, which I feel is such a poignant month in the celebration of femininity and womanhood. I feel that this month connects so much to the spirit of Venus, my fragrance. Venus represents feminine energy, beauty, vulnerability, power, softness, and strength all at once. March really feels like the month of womanhood on so many levels. This month we celebrate Women's History Month, International Women's Day, which is today, March the 8th. We celebrate Mother's Day on Sunday. And March is also Endometriosis Awareness Month, which is something very close to my heart. Endometriosis is a chronic condition which, shockingly, so many people still haven't heard of. So this March, I feel it's an important time to celebrate, honour and acknowledge womanhood, femininity, sisterhood, and to bring awareness to this life-altering condition which only affects women or those assigned female at birth. In previous videos, I've talked about my journey with scent and how I utilise scent as a therapeutic tool, and how it was actually after my own endometriosis surgery that I found myself turning to scent more therapeutically as a means to self-soothe and alleviate stress and for relaxation and for its therapeutic benefits. I'd use scent as a tool to kind of self-soothe and find relaxation and calm amidst the throes of chronic pain, which is something I still deal with to this day. But it was actually this experience which ignited my passion to want to instigate the creation of scentsing. You can find out a lot more about my origin story. I'll put a link in the description below to the video that talks a lot more about my origin story, my journey with scent. Today I want to really begin with briefly outlining what endometriosis is. I won't delve into my personal journey and story with it. If that's something you want to hear more about, please let me know in the comments below and I could do a separate video dedicated to my own personal experience and journey with endometriosis. Endometriosis is a condition that can be debilitating for a number of women. It affects 1 in 10 women, and I happen to be one of them. It's a very misunderstood disease which affects everyone that has it differently, so it's utterly unique in that sense. Endometriosis is a chronic inflammatory condition where tissue similar to, but not the same as, the endometrium is found growing in other areas throughout the body. These areas can include the bowel, the bladder, the fallopian tubes, the ovaries. It can even extend into other areas such as the diaphragm, the lungs, and even the brain. In fact, endometriosis has been found on every major organ in the body. Endometriosis deposits cause a chronic inflammatory reaction within the body, which can lead to debilitating pain. It causes adhesions to form, which can bind and stick organs together. Some people experience enhanced pain around ovulation in their periods. Some people suffer particularly with their periods. Some people have no pain at all, no symptoms whatsoever, and other people suffer daily. So not just with cycles, but daily. Everyone's experience with this condition is so unique and different, which is also what makes this condition really misunderstood. Some people think endometriosis is just painful periods, when in fact this disease can cause pain every day, all over the body. In its more severe form, endometriosis pain has been likened to labour contractions, the feeling of barbed wire, knife-like and stabbing pains. The pain can be felt not only in the pelvis but also in the lower back, the legs. It can cause extreme fatigue and exhaustion. Painful heavy periods are a common symptom. These symptoms also have a significant impact on mental and emotional health. It's important to mention that the extent of disease doesn't necessarily correlate to the magnitude of pain experienced or felt. So for example, somebody could have quite minimal disease and have excruciating high-level pain that affects them every day, and alternatively somebody could have quite extensive advanced disease and have no symptoms at all. Sometimes symptoms are only discovered with issues presenting themselves around fertility. Someone might be going through fertility testing and realize that they actually have endometriosis, but never even knew they had it because they had no symptoms. So it is such a complex disease that really does affect every individual person completely differently. Some people experience infertility issues with endometriosis, and some women have no issues at all. So it's certainly not a one-size-fits-all kind of condition, and it for sure deserves and needs more awareness and education. I'm going to pop some links in the description box where you can find out more information around endometriosis. And if you're interested in hearing my personal story and journey with endometriosis, let me know in the comments below. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I use scent therapeutically to find calmness, balance, soothing, and these are things that I use extensively during my healing journey and during my chronic pain journey. I find essential oils and naturals to have such extensive health benefits and therapeutic properties. So in the spirit of that, today I want to mention and highlight a few of the natural materials and ingredients I used in the composition when creating Venus. I use these materials not just for their aroma and their beautiful scent, but also for their therapeutic essence, and I wanted to embody that within the scent of Venus because these ingredients were things that were soothing tools for me and continue to be. These ingredients are some of my favorite naturals that have such soothing and therapeutic essence to them that I wanted to incorporate them in the composition of Venus. So I'm going to whiz through some of them now. I'm probably going to split the video today into two halves. So in part two, I'm going to talk about some fabulous feminine fragrance combos which layer beautifully with Venus. So yeah, stay tuned for the second part of this video. So the first material I'm going to mention is bergamot, also known as Citrus bergamia. This bergamot was sourced from Calabria in the southwest of Italy. Bergamot's always been one of my most favourite oils to enjoy in the diffuser. It's such an invigorating, uplifting smell. It's beautiful. It's my favourite citrus. Some say it's reminiscent of orange lemony oil, but I find it to be much more complex. For anyone who enjoys Earl Grey tea is flavoured with the rind of bergamot. So it's got that kind of, I guess, tea-like reminiscence to it. Bergamot can be useful during periods of depression to uplift because it has that invigorating vibe to it. Bergamot is used for its skin benefits. It's used to combat oily skin and acne, but it has to be used very, very carefully on the skin because when used at high levels, cold pressed bergamot is phototoxic, which means it can cause the skin to burn under sun exposure. So Venus does use a bergaptine-free bergamot. So FCF and bergaptine-free bergamot is best used for skin application because it doesn't contain that harmful constituent within it. It's normally steam distilled in its extraction method. So yeah, it's a beautiful oil and it features in the opening note of Venus to really give an invigorating, open and uplifting first impression when we first experience the scent of Venus. Some of the benefits of bergamot are for its use in acne, abscesses, anxiety, boils, cystitis, stress, itching and depression. Next ingredient I'm going to highlight is pink pepper, also known as Chinus mole. That's how I pronounce it. I think that's correct. One of my favorites. It's sourced from Peru. Pink pepper is known for relaxing the nervous system and creating an equilibrium of calm. The ancient Incas considered pink pepper to be a sacred tree, the pink pepper tree, and would use the herbs for metabolism and to aid in a healthy immune system. Funnily enough, pink pepper is more associated to the cashew nut than the black peppercorn, for example. So it belongs to the same family as cashew nuts and pistachio. Fun fact. It has a sharp, kind of spicy, citrus, rosy scent to it. It's a really bright, invigorating scent also. I find it to be quite sensual. It's slightly woody also. It's just a beautiful scent. And pink pepper also features in the opening of Venus, combined with the bergamot to give this really exhilarating, exuberant, invigorating opening to Venus. It's the kind of sharpest part of the perfume is in the opening, where you get these two ingredients that come together along with the coconut note to give a kind of unassuming opening to kind of more of a musky, ambery, floral scent. But you get this citrus sharp kind of invigorating opening with the pink pepper and the bergamot, and along with the coconut note, which also features in the opening of Venus. As I said, it's great for invigoration. It's good to kind of lift your alertness. It can be blended to kind of uplift you if you're needing to be alert and sort of on point for something. Definitely one for energy and revitalization. Some of its benefits are it can aid with arthritis, muscular aches and pains and stiffness, blood circulation around the body. It has antiseptic properties. It's great for sprains. It also does have a calming effect. It also aids with digestion, so it's meant to be good for IBS and digestive ailments. See, these oils can be used in various ways. They can be diffused, applied, they can be ingested, but obviously do consult a health specialist. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or medical expert, so when using essential oils, always follow the guidelines on the labels or consult a health specialist. Do not swallow or apply a product to the skin unless the label says it's safe to do so. The third ingredient I want to mention is Labdanum, one of my favorites, also known as Cistus ladanifer. It is a rich, balsamic, resinous, beautiful, syrupy material, and it features in the base notes of Venus. Labdanum is known to be very grounding and balancing spiritually. It's been known to be used during meditation and prayer. It's also widely used in aromatherapy to help boost mood and to alleviate and relieve anxiety and depression. It's a thick, syrupy, brown material that I just love. I just love Labdanum. It's such a rich, it's got kind of chocolatey facets to it, woody, earthy, resinous, ambery. Like, it's just magical. I love Labdanum. Some of its uses and benefits are it's antiseptic, it's antimicrobial, so it can stop bacteria and mold from forming and growing. It's astringent, so it's known to dry out excess oil and reduce acne. It's known to be an emmenagogue, which stimulates blood flow to the pelvic area. So it's known to be a good herb for menstruation and gynae-related issues. It's an expectorant, so it's good at clearing away mucus from the airways and for upper respiratory issues also. It's a known sedative and vulnerary, so it's known to clear up wounds and promote healing. The plant is also known as rock rose, and the oil is extracted from the flower. The raw resin is normally extracted from the leaves and twigs, and an absolute is formed by solvent extraction. The essential oil type of Labdanum is formed from steam distillation. Final material I want to mention is benzoin, which isn't actually featured in the notes, but it forms a heavy part of the ambery, woody notes in the base, the woody amber, also the vanilla facets in the middle and base notes of Venus. Styrax benzoin forms a rich vanilla sweet-like aroma. It's such a warming, comforting, beautiful smell. It blends beautifully with other resins such as frankincense and myrrh and has been used spiritually for years. It was considered a form of frankincense some 700 years ago, but it's a beautiful resin that is warming, comforting and balancing. It just smells beautiful. It's used quite extensively in incense type applications. And as I said, it has this beautiful vanilla-y smell, which is very comforting and cocooning. Some of its benefits and uses are for arthritis, bronchitis, coughing, chapped lips, stress, laryngitis, and for calm, balance and purification. It can be used to maintain healthy skin tone also, but it's a beautiful ingredient and one of my favorites for sure. So guys, those are a few of my favorite naturals that I use in Venus. And they were, as I said, hand selected, not just for their beautiful aroma, but for their therapeutic benefits. And I wanted to incorporate the essence and spirit of that when creating the fragrance Venus, because every single part of this fragrance has been intentionally thought out and deliberately curated to represent this connection to the feminine energy. And essentially, feminine energy to me is soothing, warm, enveloping, welcoming, reciprocal energy. That's what it is, really. That I always say Venus is a unisex scent. It truly is unisex, but it connects you to the spirit of femininity, because that feminine energy is different to, say, your masculine energy. It's, you know, it's a more reciprocal, receiving, nurturing energy. So please tune in to part 2 of this video to hear all about the feminine fragrance and layering combos with Venus I've chosen in celebration of Women's Month. We're calling March Women's Month, that's just what it is. I will be introducing a light soft femme scent combo, layering combo, a more darker sensual femme combo, a maternal, more nurturing feminine combination, and probably just an ultimate fun feminine combo. But we'll have a few that blend with Venus, so stay tuned for part 2 of this video. See you there.